Hello guys, Trouble835. I know it's been a while. I think I said every video. It's been a year and a half. I actually looked. A year and a half is the last time I made a video. For old school people, you know what, watch this channel, you know, the drink of the coffee thing. It's the only cup I have any day anymore, so I got to enjoy it. Anyway. And I have the YouTube collectors or creators app studio on my phone, and I downloaded the other day. I looked at comments, and every so often there's a comment on the channel. The last one I think was two weeks ago about, is this channel dead? Are you just taking a break? How's your marriage going? We want to, upstate status. What's going on, man? Hope everything's all right. And I also have my gaming tidbit channel, which is just basically talking about like homebrew game news or retro game system news, right? Retro news. Sometimes new, but mainly that's what that is. And then my 8-Bit Ninja channel, which is my gameplay channel. But for a while I even had a comic book channel, and I don't know why. I was stacking too much together. But what you see is like a month or two of consistent videos and then like nothing for months. Because I kind of had to go cold turkey on YouTube, truthfully. Because a lot of things got really bad. And I mean by bad as in, we're talking about marriage, we were fighting all the time. I was sleeping on the couch. I was angry all the time. And it was completely my fault. There's nobody to blame but me, because I should have been like, you know what? I can walk away from YouTube. I say life is more important. I say videos. I should have took my own advice. But when I'm so into something, I'm determined. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I have that mentality. It's just a natural thing with me. And I have to fight that. Like, when I'm all in on something, I'm all in. And my wife and me know it. And I know it now when I get to that point, I need to step back. Because I got the mindset, I had to work on a YouTube video every day. I had to make a YouTube video every day. And look at some of my videos, I could see quantity over quality, right? And that's not where I want to be. Like, this channel is just supposed to be my personal journey in gaming. So I can go back and look at those videos and go, wow, I remember when I talked about this, or wow, I remember when I picked up that game, so that my son or my wife could go back and look at it, or whatever. Me, and go, wow, I remember when that happened. But also, this is kind of like coming back to old friends, because the comments of people who like watched my channel for years, or I watched their channel, like have been around for a long time. Anybody who's made videos on YouTube for a long time ends up making friendships in the community. It's just one of the greatest things about YouTube is that thing. If you're anybody talking about being on YouTube for a long time, that will always be brought up. It just will be. And I never tend to being gone any long, like every time I go away like I did, I don't ever tend to being gone this long. But I had to be. I had to straighten out me and things, and that doesn't happen by continually doing what you're doing. Because if you continually do what you do, you're just going to keep doing the same thing. And it got pretty bad. I'll be honest. It got really bad. But how did the change come? You're asking. How did things change? If things got better, how did they get better? Well, when you're arguing and fighting and you're angry all the time, it's really hard to turn it around. I'm going to be honest. I'm 45 years old. In October, I've known my wife for 20 years. She's been like my best friend for like 20 years of my life, right? Almost half my life. To throw that away would be dumb, and it'd be, I was an idiot. I was stupid. Let's be honest here, but that wasn't worth that. So, ironically enough, my son goes to Catholic school. We go to the church there, and again, everybody believes their own thing in life. Each person's personal journey is their own. I believe most people are good inside, and that they simply want to be good. They just a lot of times get lost in the way they like. I think most people are naturally good. Most people you talk to are good people. It's just we all get lost along the way in things we do. Like, let's bring this up. So I'm going to be the downer real quick before we get into the positive. When you watch this, it'll be two days ago was the 13th anniversary of my first son being born. And coming up this Saturday will be the 13th anniversary of my first son passing away. I've talked about this once or twice on my channel before. And it was very pricey. I'm not going to go into all the details. But that's always every year where I naturally start to get very moody. Like, I can feel it come like, oh, I know. I didn't just know, oh, well, without even looking at the calendar, it just happens. Like, oh, I know that it's, getting close to that week. And that week, besides reliving that week during that time, which happens sometimes. It just happens whether you wanted to or not. But also kind of reflective of things in life during that week, really, of you know. And it's ironic I'm making this video during that week because I'll probably like get into like our Minecraft server and play Minecraft a lot, or certain things to take my mind off it, or just to whatever, get through whatever may be going on at that time. If it's bad, if it's, you know, just the way it is. And so, and part of that is also, when I talk about this, is that, you know, when he passed away, I made a promise to be someone he'd be proud of. And why some of that I feel I've done, there's some I feel like I haven't got to the point where I think he'd be totally proud of me, or I think I'd be, you know, know that he'd be proud of me and myself. And so that's what I need to work towards, right? That's why I bring it up. I need to work towards that. What's holding me back? You can't go, what's holding you back? Nothing. It's you holding you back. What they usually hold you back is yourself in life, right? I mean, well, at least that's how I feel. So the change ironically came was they have what they call acts at our, which is natural thing, but at our church. They started our church because our priest in charge, he felt like he wanted a community and to build a community there, and he didn't feel like it was a community. I feel like this is actually some ways very much could be a metaphor for the YouTube gaming community, where you're making videos and you're talking about gaming, but you feel like you're in the outside the community. You don't feel like you're actually a part of the community. When really you, like church, you are part of it. It's just who you listen to and what like perspective you have. The community is made up of a bunch of little cliques, right? And while like you're not gonna like, the way to interact with people on YouTube is usually social media these days, right? The message on YouTube is buried. Most people don't know where to find it. I don't even think to look at it anymore in case I have one. And so why social media you can interact with them, you can't expect like a huge YouTuber to be like, you know, answering everything you say. But one of the biggest assets of YouTube, anybody who's been here will say, is from making videos or watching videos and commenting or social media, is the friendships you make. That's what is the biggest thing from YouTube. Anybody who's been here a long time will talk about is the friendships they made through either watching videos and commenting or making videos, friendships they make. And that's the same thing with this, that realizing you're not necessarily on the outside, you are where you are, and don't get upset, and don't listen to all the fodder out there about, you know, well, all these people should like you, or I mean, my friends who I like, they hate people who I watch, who they used to like, for what I consider dumb reasons, like things that just make no sense, a lot of sense, like, where are you seeing this stuff? But again, some people build people up to tear them down, right? And so we may disagree on that, but they're still my friends. But so my wife went to this thing last spring, and all of a sudden, when she came out, she was a different person. She was happy. Things that didn't bother her. She was like a totally different person. Like, wow, what happened there? This massive change, right? And I was like really, and my son noticed it, and I noticed it, right? The big change. Things got, you know, better. And she wanted me to go. And part of me wanted to go because I knew it was coming in the fall. When she came back, going, wow, what did this change? How did this make this change to her to come out like this, right? But I also didn't want to, like, I want to at least know somebody, right? Familiar with somebody, not just go and a bunch of people I don't know. But a couple people, we're not going to have a couple of fathers from my son's class, or from kids in my son's class are going. I at least said hi, whatever. So at least I knew him. So I said, okay, I'll go. And the big thing about going there is getting away from everything, besides other stuff to teach religious, not religious. Getting away from everything and taking a look at where you are in your life, your family, and going, wow, why do I get mad about this, or why do I do this, or why aren't we doing this? Like, why do I do these things, or how can I fix this? And also seeing people there go, wow, that is the kind of, you know, I want to be more like a father like him, or wow, I should be more like that guy about these things instead of this. And so they're examples, and it's kind of a brotherhood too, like people who like you could message if you fall, and they'll like be there. Makes a big difference, right? And so I came out my son and my wife noticed the change, and I went back this fall as a team member, which is, well, I know this spring as a team member. It was awesome. My wife's going this, is it this fall? Yeah, they're having it this fall. She's going this fall, which should be cool for her. But to go, that prospect is so much, it's interesting. It just as much you get out of it as, even more in some ways, than actually being a participant. And so that started to change, right? While we're perfect, it's a lot better. I like to play my games there, like let's play together. But there's a lot of stuff going on right now. My wife's father's dementia. He started a couple years ago, but it really got bad. Her father's first cousin, which we always used to call him Uncle. If you've seen the Garden Gnome, that's basically what the guy looks like that. He's a big reader. He's not a very social guy, but he's the nicest guy I ever met in my life. But he looks like the Garden Gnome. Every time I see him, that's what I think of. Well, he passed away. He didn't have any kids or any wife, so my wife's having to take care of his estate, and so it's a state away. So she's literally going, a couple times a week, driving literally almost 3 hours there and back, a lot. So that stuff has kind of taken over the summer, but it's not all been bad. To be honest, it's been really cool. Me and my son, because he's in Cub Scouts, he'll be in Boy Scouts for the end of the year. We went camping 3 times this summer for scout events, and what's really cool about that, tent and camping and all that stuff, is it's just me and him, because the parent has to go with him. Me and him, it's our time. You talk and get to know each other and bond ways you normally don't get with the regular hustle bustle, right? So it's really cool, and he really enjoys it, so that's awesome. And that kind of stuff is really cool. The one thing I'll say about my son, and again, I'm going to waffle on forever probably, is what I most, this hobby that I love, which my son does love too. What I love most about my son, when he was 3, he used to be able to name all the systems off. And when we go to a gaming store, he'd always be amazed, some store that he can name all the systems, because he just always saw them. It wasn't hey, this is PS3, this is PS3. What is this again? He just knew what they were from seeing them around. And one thing I love the most about my son, when it comes to gaming, is he could easily play a PlayStation 1 game today as he could a 3DS game. Just whatever he feels like playing. He doesn't necessarily go with, what's ever the most popular. For example, this just came out not that long ago, and he picked it up. That's Farmer Simulator 18 for the 3DS. So I'll probably show this again in my pickup video. I'll probably do that at the end of the week. And he has Farmer 17 on the PS4. So he saw Cars 3 and kind of wanted to get that game because I have a PS4. I'm kind of ruining some of my pickup video next end of the week that I've gotten in recent year. And he liked that game. But when he saw this coming out, he had to have it on his 3DS. It's portable. It's basically Farmer 17, obviously with not as much variety in the vehicles, because obviously they couldn't fit as many of those in here. But it's basically the same game in a lot of ways. The cowing and all that stuff. White graphic doesn't look as good. And it was a little different when he first played it, so he had to adjust to it. But he got this. But I was trying to actually get him to get, because he likes racing games. That's his kind of thing. A new Micro Machines just came out, if you didn't know. On the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, Micro Machines World Series. And I showed the video, and he thought it was kind of trilly. He thought it was kind of cool. And it's only $30. He's going to get that, but he decided to get this instead, which, again, it's his choice. It's cool. Dad can just go get the old Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 and have fun with that on the PS4. Talking about games, experiences, the game I am going to get tomorrow, talking about PS4, again, I'm totally ruining my pickup video. I got other games too, so. Is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I'm going to get that tomorrow. Because the first Crash Bandicoot game means a lot. We tell me and my wife. Just like the Game Boy. Like, my wife had a Game Boy and I didn't know it. Like, growing up, and I found out about it. And for Christmas, I got her a Game Boy. Original Game Boy. And ironically, she went to the same retro store and got me a Game Boy. So ironically enough, we both got an original Game Boy. I never had an original Game Boy. I actually had a guy I knew in the Navy when I was in the Navy who had Tetris, and that's when I first played Tetris, truthfully. I never owned an original Game Boy myself. But anyway, Crash Bandicoot. What's funny about that is we first started actually seeing each other about 2 months before she got Crash 1, because what happened was we first started seeing each other in October in person, like not online, and she really wanted. I had PlayStation 1. She got me Wild Arms 1. She played it a lot. She ended up playing it more than I did. She really liked it. She really liked the PlayStation. So she asked. She just got out of college, right? Before I met her, she asked her parents for, kept talking about PlayStation 1, wanting one for Christmas. They didn't get her one. So she said the heck with them. She went out and bought herself a PlayStation 1, and Crash Bandicoot 1 was the game that it came with. And we, along with she bought Treasure the Deep and Beyond the Beyond for me at that time. So I got Beyond the Beyond, which I need to get that game again because I don't own it. Well, those games like I got rid of years ago that I wish I hadn't got rid of. It's not a great RPG, but it's just the memories and nostalgia. Right? It's a average RPG. It's not like great RPG, but it's still playable. My thing about that game I hated was that you can only control one guy and the rest is controlled by the computer. So it was really frustrating when your team died because the computer controlled them and not you. But it was made by Camelot Games. So, so that was the first time I went to her house was actually at the PlayStation 1. She invited me over, and we sat down and played Crash Bandicoot. And so I have very fond memories of that game. And she, told my son he needs to play this game, and it'd be cool for us to all play this game and to kind of build memories of that game with him. Like, sharing games with, generations, right? That's really awesome, and that's really cool. And our gaming history together too with that game, it's just awesome. And so I'm gonna get that game tomorrow. I never really played 2 or 3. I own them, but I never actually played through them. So it'll be cool to play through them. I don't own Crash 1 either, which kind of bothers me. But the price on that thing has gone up. And I don't used to see it everywhere. Now I don't see it around anywhere anymore. So, but that I definitely need to get. But as for this channel, enough of me waffling around with what's going on with me. I'll be making videos. My goal is basically at least one video a week at least. I mean, you will see a video once a week on this channel. As for like the community stuff, it's not going to be one of those cases. Hey, I'm back on the channel, and then boom, there's a community video tomorrow. Right now, I don't know when the next one's going to come. I do believe I feel like my desire to really make that is to show smaller channels, since obviously YouTube today is really hard to be seen or even noticed anymore in any form, no matter if you're medium, small, because YouTube, you're on an island and you feel like you're buried on YouTube and no one can see you. So to me, like, just shouting out and noticing channels, that's why I'd like to do it again. Besides, there's going to be some topic I'll talk about. People may send suggestions or whatever. But I don't know if that's going to be a month from now, 6 months from now. That's going to be like I don't want to get the same pattern I got before, so it's going to be kind of like, it's going to happen, but I don't know when. Yeah, right now it's going to be like, I really like to make a video, like a collection video of each system I have. I really like, obviously the pick a video, which I'll probably get that out probably next, like Sunday. And this channel is supposed to be my gaming history. I want to get back to that. Like, the last 2 years, I really didn't collect. Truthfully, I said something about the Game Boy, right, last Christmas, but I really have not bought a new retro game in basically 2 years. Though I did do that this last week. It's on a Super Nintendo. It's a big one of mine. If I ever saw I'm going to get it, and it's one game I want to really, and I always share with my son, but a game I love. And I know people talk about like, did YouTube ruining retro gaming and stuff, but truthfully, for me, like this game, I don't care about the price. It's the memories and how much I used to play this game, and I don't care if the game was full price of what it was when I originally bought it. That game to me is worth every single penny. YouTube doesn't ruin retro gaming. I know people bring this up. The retro, once the awareness was grown about the retro community in any way, it was bound, the prices were bound to go up. And the other people don't understand, in any hobby, with comic books, baseball cards, there is a base to start, and the NES is that. I mean, yes, the Atari 2600 and other systems had before, but the NES is kind of like the beginning of the modern like gaming, a lot of ways, and that'll always be the base. And so the prices are always going to go up. They're not going to go down, because as long as Nintendo is making games, and as long as there's games thriving, it's going to continually go up, and along with other retro systems. And of course, the other thing is when people who play the generation start to get to the point in life where they finally have money, they're going to go get the games they remember, and so the prices are going to, not every game's going to go up. Like the PlayStation 2, how can the prices go insane for a system when so many games remain, so many people played it? Why the prices on some are going to go up, they're not going to go up like the NES's. And to hope this whole thing, well, eventually the market's going to crash. No, some games will go on down that are maybe overpriced, but in general, it's going to keep going up. And that's how things work. Iron Man issue number 1, before the Iron Man movie existed, was slowly going up every year. It didn't go down. Now, when the movie came, obviously it took off even more, but it never went down. It just, once the base is set, that the prices are going to continually go up. Especially the fan favorite games that everybody wants. The Ninja Turtle games, the Ninja Gaiden, whatever on the NES. Those games are going to go up. Now, some of the games that are rare, that are really highly valued, they may fluctuate as the years go on, but that's just the way it is. YouTube didn't ruin retro gaming. It's just a matter of time where everybody found the hobby they love, and that everybody else liked it too, and that the prices were going to go up. It's just, I mean, yeah, some of the games that used to be cheaper in my era are a little more expensive now, but some of the games that were always expensive were still expensive. So, and so that's what's going to happen. I'm going to be back to making videos again. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited, like, to show pickers I haven't talked about, and so I guess that's it. I'm starting to waffle and run out of stuff to talk about. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I will make another video soon. And thanks for sticking with the channel. If you've been here from a long time, I really do appreciate it. I know, again, I've been stagnant much on this channel for several years. I'm always amazed at how many people are still subscribed, or maybe just forgot they're still subscribed. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll make another video soon. Laters.